time I concede a goal in this video, I'm going to be buying the player that scores against me. But that's not going to be the only way of adding players into our team. For every game that we go into, we can have a set amount of time that we have to survive without conceding. And if we successfully do this, not only do we get our opponent's striker, but we can also choose any player that we want to from their team to add into our team. And we're going to do this until we build our entire team. Now as of now, this is what the team looks like. And for the first game, we're going to have to survive for 5 minutes without conceding. Ooh, if we can just survive 5 minutes, I'll happily take any of those players. Oh, there's no way. I'm gonna have to pull the keeper out. Oh, but his player still scores. I'll happily take any of those players. So I somehow managed to concede a goal in less than 5 minutes. And this means that we need to purchase the player that we conceded against, which in this case is the prime version of Kaka, and add him into our team, and now we have him for the next game. Now in each consecutive game that we play, we're gonna have to survive for 5 minutes longer than we had to in the last one. However, if I manage to score a goal with the player that I conceded to, it's going to minus 5 minutes from that overall time. And then finally, when upgrading our team, if we choose to add a defender into our team, instead of adding 5 minutes for that round, it's going to add 10. Now you guys will catch on as we progress through the video, but for the next round, we're gonna have to survive 10 minutes, so let's see if we can do it this time. Okay, we've just managed to survive 5 minutes so far, and this means if we can score a goal with Kaka, we complete this round. We're now almost at the 10-minute mark. Is that offside? What a save! No! Wait, I'm gonna have to look back at the footage. That one looks so close. And we're looking back, the ball crossed the line just after we reached the 10-minute mark. What an insane ending, and this means we can choose one of this guy's players. Now Benzema was the player that eventually scored for our opponent, so we're gonna have to sell Kaka and then buy Benzema. But because we survived longer than 10 minutes, we can now choose a player from our opponent's team. Now because our back line is just trash, I'm actually gonna opt for a defender, and in this case, I'm gonna purchase Rüdiger, and he's gonna be the upgrade that we make to our team. Now because I added Rüdiger, instead of having to survive for 15 minutes in our next game, we're gonna have to survive for 20, so wish me luck. And after getting auto-blocked a million times, we eventually found an opening with Benzema. Oh, he has a decent chance for us to score. And Benzema scores a goal, and that takes away 5 minutes from the total time that we have to survive. Now here we have Benzema again, and if we score, we complete this round. He does score, and that completes this round. Now after scoring this goal, our opponent would proceed to score with his Forlan. So that's the next card that we need to purchase. So now we need to replace Benzema with Forlan. But since we survived for 20 minutes, we get to pick a player from our opponent's team. Now no offense to this guy, but with a team like that, we don't really have a lot of options to choose from. But I'm pretty sure that his left back can play as a centre back. And yes, that he's going to add 10 minutes instead of 5 to the next round. But as we can see, this card can actually play as a centre back. So I think it's going to be worth it. Another decent team, and if we can survive for 30 minutes without conceding, we get to pick a player from it. And Forlan would waste no time before getting onto the score sheet. Good chance early on, can we score? Yes, we can. And that means we just need to make it to the 25th minute. Oh no, our left back just got smoked. Please block it. Yes, we blocked the shot. And then our upgrades came in clutch. Oh, dangerous ball over the top here, but Rüdiger's holding the player off really well, and then our new centre back makes a decent tackle. And then straight after our opponent's opportunity, Forlan got one of his own. Oh, he's bringing his keeper out. I'm trying to bottle the keeper, and now we have an open net to shoot at, and Forlan's not going to miss that. So our opponent paused the game, and as you can see, 19 minutes and 43 seconds have gone by, and if we survive for 17 in-game seconds, this round is complete. We would then proceed to survive the extra 17 seconds, but our opponent would end up scoring with his Zola. So we get to make an upgrade, but we have to replace our striker. So Forlan is out, and Gianfranco Zola is in. And because I'm starting to feel a bit more confident in our defense, I think our next upgrade is going to be a midfielder, and I know just the one to choose. So Park Ji-sung is going to be our next upgrade, and since this time we upgraded a midfielder and not a defender, in the next round we have to survive for 35 minutes. But early on, Zola would reduce this time to just 30 minutes. And then before surviving the 30 minutes, Zola would reduce the time by another 5 minutes, and we now completed this round. Our opponent would also not score a single goal throughout the entire game, meaning that we do not have to replace our striker. Now because we didn't concede a single goal throughout the entirety of the last game, we're going to get to keep the striker which we currently have, but this means that we can choose 2 players instead of 1 from our opponent's team. Now I want to complete our midfield, and then I also want some help in the attack, so for that reason I'm going to go with Toni Kroos's winter wildcard, and then we're also going to sign the gold version of Vinicius Jr. And those are going to be the 2 upgrades for our team. And our opponent made me worry early on. Oh, he's going to take a shot with his Zola, and a decent save from our goalkeeper. But he did this because he knows we have a bronze goalkeeper in net. Our opponent is in a dangerous position. But a solid challenge from Rüdiger. Thank God we got this guy as an upgrade. and after some worrisome signs early on, we managed to get ourselves together. Zola now, can he score? Yes! And now we only need to survive till 35 minutes into this game. But before we could even reach the 35-minute mark, Zola would curl in a satisfying shot. We then only needed to survive till the 30th minute, and would proceed to comfortably do so. And this ended up being yet another game where our opponent couldn't score against us. So our performance in the last game allows us to choose 2 players from our opponent's team. And no offense to our opponent, but once again, we're not spoiled for choice in this one. Now our opponent had Nuno Mendes, and he's one of the players that I chose to use as an upgrade. But I wanted to buy a special card of his, but I felt like that would be cheating because our opponent was using the gold version. So I ended up just buying the gold version. And then for the second upgrade, I did something risky. We've already added a defender, which means that from 40 minutes, in the next game we have to survive for 50. But I then decided to add another defender to our team, and this means that in the next game, we have to survive for 60 minutes. But it seems like our Zola could just not be stopped. Ooh, we got the guy with a shot cancel, and a decent finish from Zola. We then proceed to score with the crappy bronze player on our team, but this goal means nothing for the overall duration of time that we need to survive. But then after 25 minutes, our opponent finally managed to launch his first attack. Oh no, he's in behind right now, but he's gonna mess up with the skill move, which allows us to easily take the ball off of him. And if we scored off of this attack, we'd only have to survive until half time. Let's send Zola through here, and can we finish? Yes, good shot from Zola. Our opponent then proceeded to pause the game and then forfeit, and by default, this means that we won this round. So unfortunately, we don't get to try and do striker because once again, our opponent failed to score against us. But I'm going to make things even more difficult for ourselves because one of the players who I want to add is Klose, who our opponent had at right back. Now in the midfield and the attack, our opponent didn't have that many desirable options, so I just went with Tyler Adams' once to watch version, and now we only have one upgradable spot left in our team. Ooh, so this is the team that we have to survive 75 minutes against, and already I can tell it's going to be a tougher game. And a tougher game is exactly what it was, because we only lasted 23 minutes in this game before we conceded a goal. So we finally conceded a goal, but it was literally to the exact same player who we already have at the striker position, so I won't get to try out a new striker just yet. Now in the last game we had to survive for 75 minutes, which we failed to do. And what this means is that we now have to survive 80 minutes in the next game. Ooh, this guy has a juicy team, and I'd really like to add that future star player who he has at the striker position. Oh no, he's through. Yes, we pulled our goalkeeper out and it worked. Zola's through here. Oh, and what a finish! His goalkeeper didn't even dive. And then we scored a goal with Vinicius, but this wouldn't affect the amount of time that we had to survive for. But this goal would. Decent chance, and a goal from Zola, and now we only need to survive for 70 minutes. But wait, our opponent forfeited, so that means we win this round. So after making our opponent forfeit, I can now purchase the future star player which he had in his team, and now our team is complete. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, you're going to enjoy this one, so go ahead and click on that video to watch it.